Hey everybody, SkitScape here, and today we've got a 100th video special! What? IRL video? That's crazy. Anyways, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own little Papercraft, is what they call it, Papercraft Desk Buddy. They're really cool, and I'll show you mine in a sec. And it's got a little bit of printing setup involved, but I'm sure, like, generally most households will be able to handle the printing process because it's not too hard, because you need card stock for it. You can't do it with regular paper. I mean, you can, but it's going to look kind of shitty. But anyways, so let's get to that. I'm going to show you guys how to, put your own skin, because obviously you're going to want to do your own skin. So you generate your own skin, and then you're going to print that on cardstock paper, and I'll show you how to do that through Photoshop. And I think generally for most printing settings it's the same way as, through Photoshop as it is through just anything. So it should be generally pretty widely compatible with everyone, even those stupid Mac users. So anyways, let's get to that.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do in creating our Papercraft guy is we're going to go to this address. I'll provide the link in the description. And what you'll be doing here is you're going to upload your Minecraft skin that you use on your own character. It could also be the default guy because it works with that too. But I'm going to use my own personal skin, which is the Rubik's Cube. So what you'll do is you will upload it just like I did. You'll have it saved on your computer somewhere, and then you just click upload, and it'll generate this little format for you for being able to make a cutout Papercraft guy. So we're going to be working off of this. We're going to print this, and to do that we need to save the image. Now personally for me, doing file save image as, this does not work. It tries to save it as an HTML document, and even saving it with all files and just putting it as something and then .png, .jpeg, .jpeg, that doesn't work. So the way I get around it is I do copy image. I right click the image and I choose copy image, and then I take it into Microsoft Paint. So for you Mac users, I guess, I don't know if Paint works as a kind of vector scaling program as for whatever Mac's program thing is for image editing, but for Paint it's a vector scaling based program. Anyways, what that means is if you scale a square, the square is not going to lose quality. So this doesn't work in Photoshop, so don't resize in Photoshop, or otherwise your image will be blurry. So what we're going to do is we're going to deselect the image. This is important. You have to click in the gray area somewhere out here. And then you're going to choose Image, Resize, and Skew. Now I'm on Vista right now, but for any Windows 7 users or higher, there will be two little bubbles, and one of them will be percentage and one will be pixels. What you want to do is you want to do percentage, because that's what I'm doing. So what you're going to do for the percentage is you're going to do 220 and 220 on the horizontal and vertical axis. So you'll resize it, and then this will become basically 7 inches by 11 inches. So that's the size of the paper that we're going to be doing this with, so you'll have a fairly nicely sized Papercraft guy. So what you'll do now is you're going to save this image. You're going to go to File, Save As, save it somewhere convenient on your desktop, doesn't matter what you name it. Try to save it as a JPEG or PNG. Weird things are with other ones. BMP I think is okay, but just try to go with PNG or JPEG. So you save it. I already have it saved. So we're going to go into Photoshop now. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be printing it from Photoshop. Now, you really could just, go ahead and take the file and do print, I believe. But I'm just most familiar with Photoshop, so I'm going to do it through there. So what I do in Photoshop, I just print it. It'll be good. It'll bring me to this screen. Really, the settings in here aren't very important. The only ones you want to look out for is scale to fit media. You don't really want that. I mean, actually, maybe you do. If it's sizing down, you do want it. If it's sizing up, you do not want it, because it'll make the image blurry. But in this case, we do want to scale it so that it doesn't cut off the flap right there. So we're going to scale to fit media. I choose not to have the bounding box, so keep that unchecked. And now the more important things are right here. So you're going to go to print settings, and then you are going to want letter. Letters is good. There should be a lot of, whoa. Did not want that. Give me back to letter, please. There we go, letter. Now you want the source to automatically select. That's the tray that it's going to be doing it from. Then the type. Now this is important. You want to go to more, and you should have that option if you're doing this to a printer. So you'll go to more, and then we're printing on cardstock paper. Plain paper is not going to work for this very well at all. You can try it, but it's really not recommended. So I don't really have cardstock as an available thing. But what you can do is you can kind of just guess what is most similar to that paper. So note cards are very similar to cardstock. It's thick. It's just not like cardstock is twice as big as a note card, really. So I'm gonna go with the note card, and you're gonna want the print quality to maximum DPI, and then you're all good to go. So you press OK, and then you're gonna press print. But before you print, make sure that you have a piece of cardstock paper loaded into the main tray of your printer. Otherwise, you're going to be printing on regular paper with cardstock settings, and it's gonna also, you don't want to be printing on regular paper. So make sure you have that there. I'm going to print it, and there we go. You can hear my printer in the background over there. So that's what we're going to be working off of. And let's go back to me real quick, and what I'm going to show you is how to assemble this guy, and it's going to be awesome.
Alright, so let me show you what we're going to be making. We're going to be making this little guy right here. He's completely made out of cardstock, so we go from this to this. So it's really cool. This is all how it should turn out printed on cardstock, and you see this is what cardstock looks like. It's really bendy, kind of, well, not really bendy, but less bendy than actual paper, and it's pretty thick, kind of like a note card. So yeah, you'll notice the text is a little blurry, but don't really worry about that because, you know, like I said, it's a vector program and it scaled the squares pretty nicely. And it should all turn out correctly if you have it on maximum DPI. So the tools that you'll pretty much be using are, you can use a brush, but personally I'm using a toothpick. Toothpicks are good. You'll be using the brush on some glue. I have a little cap full of glue right here. Probably hard to see, but I filled a little bottle cap full of Elmer's glue on it, and you know, obviously some scissors and paper towels, just because you know things might get a little bit messy. So basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be cutting around the edges of the black area. So what works best is just to do that, and then you cut along the sides. Now, a warning to people who have skins where, you've got white. Let's see if I can find a good instance of this. Right here. Okay, so you can see that my character's arm is white, and it blends right in with the paper. So you want to be careful not to, forget that and end up cutting this black line and then go, oops, I'm missing half my hand. So just be careful for that, and then you'll probably be all good. Where's another instance? Okay, I'm looking for... Here, okay. So on this upper body one, you'll see that there's a conjunction of lines, kind of. There's that one. You're going to want to cut right where there's that, that line. So I'm going to show you each component, so I'll cut this all out. And when, every piece is cut out, I'll show you how you're supposed to fold them and everything. Alright, so now you should have something like these cutouts right here. The head, the body, the legs. The legs should look exactly the same, and the arms too. Now, you'll notice some difference between the arms and the legs. One being that with the arms, you've got this intersection right here that I talked about earlier. This intersection you want to cut, okay? So you just want to go right here and just cut it into there. And that's good. And then you want to do that on the other one as well, the other arm where it's got this. I already did that though. So now that's all good. So now what you're going to want to do is, let's start with the body. The body is where you're going to be attaching all of the parts to. So everywhere that there's a flap, such as the white ones like this, you're going to fold it in, so just like this, and you're going to want to do it in both directions, okay? So you're going to do it here, and you're going to do it here, just so that it's easy to move around, okay? So we're going to do that. We're going to do that on the whole body. Alright, so now what we've done is we've folded all the edges like here, and oh, forgot one. Here we go. And there. Alright, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so now that we've got those all folded, what we're going to do next is we're going to fold the sides so that we actually make this into a shape. So you're going to have to do a little guesswork, but it's really not hard. You can see that right here to here is where we're going to need to fold it once. So you're going to try to get it as good as possible. It's pretty hard to get absolutely perfect, but just try to get it as good as you can. And then just fold it when you're pretty sure you've got the right spots. So there we go. I've got it folded right here like that. You can see the beginnings of the body. So again, same thing here. You're going to do it across here. So just fold it across. And this one's a little easier to do because it's not quite as big of a fold. Alright, so there we go. There's that one. Pretty simple. This is pretty straightforward. And then this one, obviously, because you need to bend this down. It's already pretty easy to do. So let's bend that. Alright, so you can see where we're going with this. It's almost done. And again, it's best to fold it back and forth both ways. So bend it forward, then back, to make it easy to bend. It also ends up looking better in the end to bend it both ways, because then it'll end up doing better. Okay, so once you've got everything folded, oh, we need one more. Now this is one where it's pretty tricky on the body. At least for me it is, because the back of my body is actually pretty solid, so you can't really see any clear divisions. So I'm going to have to fold this one in half, kind of guessingly, but we'll try and get it as good as we can. Alright, there we go. Now, so now that we have everything folded, we're going to put glue on all of the white tabs. So anywhere that there's a white tab is where you're going to be putting glue. You don't need to put glue anywhere that there's color, so just avoid that. So to demonstrate, we take our toothpick, we're going to dip it in some glue, and you can see we got a little bit right there. Now we're just going to go ahead and don't really just oversaturate it. You just only want a little, and then with the other side, we'll go ahead and spread it. Alright, so we're going to do that on all the sides, so let's do that. Okay, so each tab has some glue on it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that each tab kind of folds inward on itself, and this can all close up on the glue. And after you do that, you're just going to want to let it sit and dry while you work on the other pieces. So I'm going to fold this one down and this one out. Put this in here. There we go. And make sure you dry it, obviously, to your liking where everything will end up fitting together as a nice box. So, almost done. It's important that you fold it in the right places, because if you don't fold very well, you'll end up having white edges on your Minecraft character guy. So you don't want that. So you gotta be very careful with folding. In fact, on this body I already can see that I didn't do a very careful job, but that's okay. So just be as careful as you can. Alright, so there we go. We have the body done now. Let's just push these sides in. Sidesies. Alright, so there's the body. You can see that's really come together. So, a little side-by-side comparison. See it? See it? Alright, I'm going to speed it up again on doing all these parts. Alright, so I've got all the pieces done. I've got the head, the body, the arms. Oh, fuck, this one's coming apart. So I'm going to let these dry, and I just did this one, that's why it came apart. There we go, that should be good. I'm going to let these dry, and then I'll come back when everything's all dried up, so we'll be back then. Alright, so we are here. I let it dry over, I should say over a week, because I filmed all that you've seen so far one day, and then I waited it's probably been 2 weeks now since I started working on this. But anyway, so this has been drying for 2 weeks now, and so they should definitely be dry. Anyway, so the big important thing is that these flaps, you have to leave these. I hope to God that nobody started making this in the process of watching this video and was referencing it before. You definitely have to make these flaps protrude like this, because that's what's going to be attaching the arm itself to the body. So I'm just going to film all of that. I'm not going to speed it up because I think it won't take too long. So we're going to be attaching everything to the body. I guess we'll do my head first though, because that's pretty easy. Alright, it looks like, I don't know, I think I folded it did my head wrong, I guess, but it's just because the Rubik's Cube, the green is supposed to go to the opposite of the blue. It's whatever. It should come out fine on yours, but I'm going to put the blue on the bottom. That's where it usually is supposed to go. And yellow is supposed to be to the opposite of white, but whatever. It's just how it's supposed to be on a Rubik's Cube. I think it's because the skin that I used on my own file was incorrect, so that's my own fault. It's not the editor thing's fault, so anyways. And yeah, I'm sorry that this video took so long to make. It's really not even worth the wait that you guys went through. It's not that interesting, other than the fact that you guys kind of get to see what I look like in real life. So yeah. Sorry, I just really feel bad about that. I've been wanting to make it, but the reason I kind of haven't had time to do this is because I usually have detention every day after school, and to film this, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to film stuff. So to film this, I have to have good lighting. Right now the lighting's coming from my window, and it only comes at this direction of light at 4 o'clock p.m. So we got the head done. So I really haven't had very opportune times, because that's when I'm usually having detention. So anyways, I I just haven't had time. But anyways, it's Friday, and I don't have detention, so that's why I'm able to film it. Anyway, so look, see how we've got the flap? The flap is going to attach to the arm like this. So, see, the flap. And it also lets you bend the arms, which is cool. So, let's put some glue on that. And dunsies. Ew, this glue's all gray. It's all nasty. It's like when a newspaper bleeds. Does anybody actually read the newspaper who's watching right now? I've like never read a newspaper just because it gets so boring. I don't know how people can do it. Like, not to mention that most people pay for it. So yeah, the arm is kind of like like this right now. But I think after time it'll go down. But it's just because the paper's bending the opposite way. Maybe I should have done it on the other side. Whatever. Okay, so next, this is the other arm. One of my arms didn't dry very properly. Oh yeah, it is this arm. See, I don't know, you can see that it's like folding up really badly. It's because I didn't fold it right, or I didn't fold it right on this side, so you really have to be careful when you're folding. So, just be really careful when you fold. I'll say that. Oh, this glue is so nasty. It's got like now pink and gray and ugh. It's just this weird blend of throw-up colors. Too much information? Yeah, this arm's gonna look like shit. But the other arm was fine. Just, if only I could copy-paste and realize. Has anybody ever done that? Like, you know, you're like writing a paper or something, and you've just spent a little bit too much time on the internet kind of recently, and you just, you know, you make a little handwritten typo, and you try to Control-Z it, like, you just try to, but it's like, oh, whoops, this is real life. What the fuck? I'm an idiot. Okay, look at what I did. This is the foot, right? So the foot is, it's like right here, that's the base of the foot, but I left a little flap out thinking it was like an arm. So I'm gonna go get some scissors to cut that off, and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about the pause. Got some scissors. Let's cut that. Because basically, the glue obviously just needs to go on the top. Like right here. So, alright, almost done. Now, wow, it just really feels like I shouldn't have put it off for this long. Like, I probably should have just manned up and filmed in some really shitty light, but I don't know. Just gotta have the good light. Otherwise it like is really noisy. What I mean by the noisies is there's like speckles just flying everywhere, and I hate that. I hate seeing that in videos. Or at least mine. There we go, there's one leg. Look, he's coming together. And then again, you would of course leave this to dry overnight, hopefully, and just don't fuck with it after you've got it all built. I mean, really, like, when you might try to stand them up, and it might not work out, and if that's the case, it's just unfortunate, because, I mean, it's pretty hard to get everything to fold correctly, you know? So, you might end up building one that is a little bit stupid and can't stand on its own, and you might have to tape its feet to the ground. Right now my legs are fucked up. I can't get this. Man. This is a tough one. Okay. Done. So that's the finished product. Kind of retarded on the legs. I guess I didn't proportion them very well at all. And they won't fold very well, but I mean, on my first try, I did it really perfectly. Oh, there we go. I got the legs. There we go. And he stands. Look, he stands on it. Well, you can't see, but he stands, I promise. Anyways, here was the first one, and let me see if I can do this without breaking him. And here's the other one. The first one kind of looks better, but that's because I like spent so long on the first one. Like, seriously, so long. This one I kind of threw together pretty quickly. So if you take your time, you'll do good. You'll look good. So yeah, that's been the tutorial on how to make the little Papercraft guy. I'm really sorry this video took so long. I know I already apologized, but I just feel bad that this video, for being a 100th video, it really wasn't worth the wait. And I'd agree with anyone who says that. It's just, you know, some of us have lives and it's hard to find time. So, I hope you guys like this video. I'm not really planning to start doing IRL videos. Sorry if that disappoints anybody, but, you know, it's obviously this is a big hassle. I spent like 2 weeks to just film this little tiny video. So, don't plan on doing IRLs very often, but, you know, you get to see what I look like, and you get to see how to make a little Papercraft guy. So, I hope you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be Minecraft.